morning. Welcome to Up with KREM. I'm Nicole Hernandez.
And I'm Channing Curtis. Let's get you ready for this Wednesday ahead by taking a look at the forecast with meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Because Thomas, you're telling us about some rain that'll hit us about tonight?
Yeah, it'll be tonight, Channing, and yeah, that'll be the first of several rain chances. It's Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week, maybe even beyond that. That's right, it's going to be a big time rain event. Today might be one of our last dry days of the week, but even that cloud cover is already pushing in overhead over Coeur d'Alene. Current temperature is not bad where it is still a little bit cloudy, including 30 degrees here in Spokane. But look at this event. It's called an atmospheric river, and you can see it in the cloud cover. It's pointed right at the Pacific Northwest. So that's where the rain is coming from. Not here quite yet, but by midnight tonight, it is going to start raining. Should actually help the air quality. This is mostly beneficial rain on the way because we are under air stagnation advisories, some moderate air quality at the moment, but those pollutants will be kicked out by the incoming storm system and the rainfall on the way.
This morning, FBI investigators are back at the Moscow home where 4 University of Idaho students were killed nearly 1 year ago.
So they were there yesterday and will be back again today. They're collecting data to build a model of the home. They flew a drone over the house yesterday morning. It looked like they were getting pictures with a 3D scanning technology. Idaho's former state attorney general thinks they will use this for suspect Brian Koberger's trial.
In this instance, it appears that the prosecutor is going to put some significant emphasis by virtue of a model and videos in terms of helping the jury understand how an alleged perpetrator might have moved through the house to get in, to go to whatever is alleged to be the first crime scene, to pass then to the second crime scene.
The university now owns the house and is planning to demolish it sometime after this semester. The judge in the case has not set a trial date yet, and there is a status hearing for the case tomorrow so the prosecution and defense can go over some DNA evidence.
Now, earlier yesterday, the attorney for the families of 2 of the victims, Xana Kernodle and Kaylee Gonsalves, sent us a statement about the demolition of the house. They said in part, quote, "The King Road house is one of the most critical pieces of evidence in this case. We're grateful that the University of Idaho listened to the family's concerns and delayed the demolition of the home." At 6:03 this morning, Spokane Valley fire officials say a cigarette lightly started that fire that killed 2 children in Millwood on Monday. Officials determined it started outside of the home near the front porch. Their investigation found the cigarette was not properly put out and landed in combustible material. The fire spread to the outside of the home before spreading inside. That fire killed 2 young boys who were just 7 and 9 years old.
It's incomprehensible when you have to go to a child that has died, and in this case it was multiple deaths. So we're hurting, and we ask that you continue to pray for us.
Spokane Valley Fire also told us that cigarette fires are not that uncommon this time of year. They want to remind people it's important to have good cigarette disposal practices and make sure your family has an escape plan to get out in case of a fire. The Spokane Valley Fire Department says their investigation is now closed.
Well, this morning, Richard Aguirre should be back in court. In 2020, police charged him with first-degree murder for allegedly killing 27-year-old Ruby Doss back in 1986. Aguirre used to work as a Pasco police officer. Investigators first accused him of murdering Doss back in 2015, but police dropped the charges because they didn't have enough evidence. Now, Spokane County prosecutors think they have enough evidence to convict him, so they're charging him again.
And 4 local Native tribes are hosting a summit on missing and murdered Indigenous women and people at Northern Quest Casino. The Kalispel, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and Confederated Tribes of the Colville Reservation are hosting the event alongside the Washington State Task Force. The event will feature speakers, panel discussions, and a family healing circle for families and survivors. The event will be live streamed starting at 10 this morning. You can find a link to that live stream on our website at krem.com.
Well, with less than a week until Election Day now, many residents still have questions about some things that are on this year's ballot. So KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live near downtown this morning. Brandon, this morning you're looking into Measure 1, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Nicole, and that's why we started our morning out here near the Spokane County Jail, because Measure 1 is a law and justice proposal. So what exactly does that mean? That's why we're here. We want to go ahead and break that down for you, give a little bit more information before you officially send off those ballots. So, if approved, the measure would increase sales tax by 0.2%, allowing the county to use its portion and expand the downtown jail. Geiger Correction Center would close and inmates would be moved into a new jail building. And according to the Measure 1 website, the sales tax revenue to the county would also be used for expanded programming. As for what that involves, the site lists out inmate treatment programs, skills training, behavioral health, release services, and therapeutic case management. So election day is now 6 days away. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us at KREM 2, and you can also go to our website as well and find more details about items such as Measure 1. But for now, reporting live downtown, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
It's 6:06 now. Let's take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. A kid is in the hospital with life-threatening injuries this morning after a dog attacked them. Now, this happened in North Spokane near East Walton in North Nevada last night. The Spokane Police Major Crimes Unit is investigating this attack. This is a developing story. We don't have many details, but we will continue to bring you updates all morning long here on Up with KREM and on our website, krem.com. Genealogy helped identify a body that was found in the Spokane Northside landfill back in 1989. Now, more than 30 years later, we know that was Clifford Bipples. In July, a genetic genealogy company was able to match a sample of Bipples' DNA to some living family members. His family had reported him missing just a few months after he died, but we don't know how he died. Public schools in Portland, Oregon are closed today because more than 4,500 teachers are on strike. This is actually the first strike in the school district's history. They've been in contract negotiations now for a few months and have not been able to agree on things like cost of living wage increases, class sizes, and mandatory staffing numbers. The Teachers Association says what they're asking for is fair, but Portland Public Schools says their fixed revenue is limiting them. And that's a look at your morning rush.
Time now is 6:08, and our weather conditions are going to feature a lot of rainfall, but most likely late tonight. With the day today, probably just mostly cloudy for the most part, though we'll keep an eye on Doppler radar, as even at this hour, a few flurries, not impossible, especially around Omak and areas of central Washington. Could see those clouds just spitting out that light flurry activity. That is not our main event, and really snow is not a worry for the incoming storm system, as the atmospheric river is going to give us a lot more mild conditions to work with. Here's our current temperatures, even right at 30 degrees in Spokane and right at the freezing mark in Pullman at 32. Still a lot colder in our northern areas where we have 20 in Deer Park and 21 in Sandpoint. So we do have mostly cloudy conditions for today, but no mention of rainfall until almost midnight tonight. At that point, we'll start to see that moderate and heavy rain blanket the inland northwest.